All right, we'll go ahead and get started. If you have a question for Elizabeth, please raise your hand. I'll call on you. Spencer Nussbaum, we'll start with you. Go ahead.
Hey, Elizabeth, how's it going?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I wanted to ask about defense specifically. It seems like Atlanta is often either, hedging or blitzing at the ball screen. Can you talk about whether you think that's working defensively and just more generally what you expect today out of the defense?
Yeah, when we're aggressive, good things happen. I think what's really hurt us is that in our starts in these first couple of games, we haven't executed our game plan by being aggressive. But then later on, once we, run our traps and do different types of things, we're really disruptive. And I think that the statistics have shown that. So we're just going to continue to do that moving forward.
Rafiq Lewison, go ahead.
I want you to reflect on your years playing alongside Jessica Breland when she was playing for the Dream.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Breland and I are good friends. She's a great teammate, obviously a really good player on the court, but off the court as well. She's just great to be around. So I'm always happy to see her doing well. But yeah, I thought we had a great relationship on the court and we did some good things together.
Nicole Young, go ahead.
Hi, this is Nicole from Remotely Renee, and I just have a question for you. In honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, I want to ask you, what does self-care look like to you?
For me, self-care is journaling. It's something that I don't necessarily do enough or like doing, but I know once I do it, I feel a lot better just reflecting on things that I'm thankful for and just how I'm feeling, because I'm not someone who expresses myself a lot. I'm not super emotional, but so for me, it looks like journaling, like meditating. Sometimes it just looks like watching Netflix and keeping my mind away from things.
And last question for Elizabeth, we'll go to Angel Gray. Go ahead.
Hi, Liz. Good to see you. Wish I could give you a huge hug. Just as far as, just building with this team and building the chemistry, I know that you guys often talk about how fast you guys can be, but even in your role, where do you find that the biggest adjustment has been for you in figuring out where you fit in that scheme of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like one thing to be fast, but it's another thing to know how to use our speed. And I think that's something that we're developing. I think it definitely does start with defense. It starts with our traps. It starts with being aggressive, because once we can get those steals and rebounds, that's when we can push the floor. So I know for me, getting up and down starts with being aggressive defensively. And then that turns into easy transition buckets, that turns into driving kicks. And that's how we want to play.
All right, thanks, E. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, y'all. All right, we've got Monique Billings here. If you have a question for her, go ahead and raise your hand. I'll call on you. We're going to start with Angel Gray. Go ahead.
Hello, Mo. Good to see you. Thanks for the energy coming to the Zoom call this morning or afternoon. Just as far as the last game, it was pretty much a tale of two halves, right? First half, the speed wasn't there. Second half, what did you see that you guys can build on in future games?
When we decide to play hard, when we have that energy from the jump, it's really hard for us not to play well. We play really well together just when we have that energy, when we have that flow, when we come out that way, and just when it's consistent from the start of the game to bench coming in, all across the board, just being consistent with our energy, our effort, the details, the small details, scouting report things, all those little things that add up in a game.
Spencer Nussbaum, go ahead.
Hey, Mo. So I know it's still early in the season, but Atlanta's currently forcing 15.5 steals per game, which would be a WNBA record. What's your role as a big in making sure that the team is forcing turnovers? And what's the key to keeping that sustainable throughout the season?
For me, just using my strengths to my advantage. So I'm fast, I'm very quick, being able to get my hands on balls and just being active and being able to guard 1 through 5 and get a steal at any position. And then as a team, covering each other, having each other's back. So if someone does go for a steal and maybe misses it, someone else coming, dropping off their man and helping out just wherever is needed. And we always talk about causing chaos, being disruptive. That's like our team identity. So just remaining consistent with that.
And last question, Rafik Lewison. Go ahead.
I want you to reflect on the time when you were playing alongside Jessica Breland while she was on your team and how excited you to play against her today.
Sorry, I missed the first. Can you just repeat it, please?
I want you to reflect on your time you were playing with Jessica Breland since she was on your team for a few seasons and how excited you to play against her.
Yeah, super excited to play against Bree. She was a great vet for me, someone who I could look up to, and learned a lot on and off the court from her. She's an OG, so I know she has the OG tricks up her sleeve. So just being aware of that. But yeah, super excited to go against her today.
All right, thanks, Mo.
Thanks.